Bone soup. Sounds mysterious and spooky, right? Well, guess what? It is. Many, many years ago, there was what used to be known as bone collectors. And these bone collectors were actually healers in communities that back in the day when there was no hospitals or anything like that. These healers would live back off in the woods or in the mountainsides where they could be close to the roots of plants and trees and the herbs that they would collect up for healing. Well, these potion makers and healers from long ago would walk the mountainsides with big packs on their back, and they were considered bone collectors. They would walk miles and miles looking for any kind of bones they could find, whether it was deer bones, bird bones, fish bones, all kinds of bones that they could get bone marrow from. And they would pack it in their backpack, and they would walk and walk and walk. And while they were walking collecting bones, they would also dig up herbs and roots that they would also be taking back, that they are going to be putting into this big bone brew that they're going to be brewing up, right? So it became a very spooky thing for communities to see these bone collectors walking around with their packs on their back of bones. Now, can you imagine walking through the woods and running across someone who lived off of the land that was traveling, walking, picking up bones? That would have been a sight to see. But bone soup was necessary in those days, and it's still necessary today according to holistic medicine. But way back in our ancestors' time, we would have medicine men and healers that did this all the time. So today we're talking about bone soup. In this day and time, you can go to the grocery store and get a variety of bones, and you can make your own bone soup. But there once was a time where bone soup was cooked in a big black cauldron, and word was sent all over the community that a potion was being made. And that bone soup would simmer and brew all day and all night, so it would release all the bone marrow in the bones. But the key thing was vinegar. Vinegar had to be added to be released, so the bone marrow would be released. Sounds really spooky, right? Well, people in the community would walk miles and miles to the old cabin in the woods to be able to get a drink of that bone soup. Now, the potion was all the bones, all the herbs and spices that were gathered up, and all the vegetables that they could get a hold of that would be released into the soup. Well, there you go, guys. There's bone soup and what value it is to us. So this Halloween season, or all throughout the year, if you're feeling a little under the weather, I think you might need to be a bone collector for a day and collect up all the bones you can possibly collect up and make your own bone soup. It's healing. It's nurturing. It's a healing meal. If you want to know more about bone soup, I'm going to put a link in the bottom here in the description of this video. It goes to my website where I have a little bit more information on bone soup. All right, guys. Happy holidays. Bye-bye.